Become a member of the National At-Home Dad Network, an organization focused on providing advocacy, community, education, and support. Connecting with households where dad is the primary caregiver of the children. We do this through our webinar and podcast series, mental health support groups, regular online social events, as well as our annual convention. The National At-Home Dad Network is a 100% volunteer organization. Without the generous support of its members and the community around it, we would not be able to continue the work that we do. Becoming a member gives you access to past convention speaker presentations, the ability to vote for board members annually, and ensures that the organization's fees and bills are in positive standing. Oh yeah, it should not go unmentioned that there is some cool swag headed your way if you decide to become a member. For only $35 a year, your membership provides you with the exclusive content only we can generate, and you'll be supporting an organization that benefits families all around the country and world. By advocating for them, offering them community, providing education and guidance, and supporting them to grow in their parenthood journey. And one last thing, if you contribute $500 or more, you will become a lifetime member. Not only will you receive everything already mentioned, but also a certificate recognizing your status and an exclusive National At-Home Dad Network challenge coin with our trademark logo, Dads Don't Babysit. So, what are you waiting for? Become a member today. Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At-Home Dad Network. My name is Brock.
My name is Danny.
And we are here to talk about life as stay-at-home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight, got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet, cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
I got one thing to talk about, maybe.
All right. Well, welcome back to Home Dad Chat. And I know that you didn't get to hear too much from us last week. That's because life happens. And Danny especially needed to take care of himself. Mm-hmm. And so we give him that time, but he's back.
His death almost happened. So we chose life instead.
You got to stop doing that.
Yeah. Well, you get older, you get a lot more near misses, man. When you're young, it doesn't matter. You fall off a roof and you get up and go play basketball.
Well,
no.
Yeah. But I mean, I'd be getting yelled at by my wife. She'd be like, I get to go first. That's her little bit that she's got in her line of contract with our marriage license, apparently.
Are you all the same age? I don't know how.
I'm 5 years older than she is. But,
okay, you're a little older. All right.
Yeah, but she said that it's got to be at least 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's at least, I don't know. But anyway, try to go before that. She'd get upset. So, but anyway, I mean, we missed a few things. Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day was, we were talking about it a little bit before we kicked on here. So,
how did it go at your house? How was Mother's Day, and what did you do?
So Mother's Day, the kids brought home flowers and like some other stuff that they made, and they kept it in a bag in plain sight, but you couldn't tell what was in it. It was all good. And I picked up a card from Aldi. Aldi's got some like card game going on, man. They got some really good stuff. Like I picked up cards for my mom and my mother-in-law and Corey. So had lots of fun cards there. Corey's was a pop-up card. But anyway, so they did that. And then on Sunday morning, I'm always at the church. So the kids, Hezekiah came up and he was like, I want to do like breakfast in bed for mama. And I'm like, it's going to be all you, buddy. Like, which not a problem. I mean, he's 9 years old. He knows how to cook. He knows how to use the oven. Like he's nice. He's pretty self-sufficient, honestly. And I was like, what are you thinking about making her? And he's like, he mentioned a couple of things. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that would definitely work. And I gave the suggestion. I was like, you could just, you could do scrambled eggs and some toast, go that route. And so that's what he ended up doing. They had to get up with me to get it around in time because they were trying to get to church at 9. But they pulled it off, and he didn't burn anything.
Excellent.
So it was a huge success, and it was worked out really well. So I was really proud of him for being able to pull that off. I didn't have a lot of I wasn't stressed about it or anything. I figured they would do it pretty well. He's made eggs multiple times, it was just, this was like the first time where I wasn't around, and they wouldn't let Corey out of the room either. They were like, "You gotta stay in bed."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So things went really well for that, and just we spent the rest of the time for the day out working in the garden. The other thing I got Corey for Mother's Days was quite a few flowers that she could plant and other different plants.
Nice.
So
that's a better gift.
Yeah. And she loves doing that kind of stuff with the garden. And so I was like, all right, went to Aldi and bought a ton of stuff there and brought it back. And then we also, our school does a fundraiser where they sell a lot of flowers and stuff. So we had lots to plant that day, and we're still planting stuff. So it was good. What about you, man? How was Mother's Day at your house?
That's cool. It was good. I say this from my point of view, it was great. I think Marnie enjoyed herself, so we're going to say it was good all the way around. We actually went a little early. We went in on Friday because the kids made stuff at school and they brought it home on Friday and just refused to wait until Sunday. But you could surprise her. Mother's Day is Sunday. And nah, we're going to give it to her as soon as we see her. I'm going to set it right here on the coffee table. We're waiting. So I picked up flowers on Friday that I was going to keep kind of hidden because going out on Sunday to try to buy fresh flowers would be insane. And I thought Saturday would probably be as crazy, but they had so many when I went to buy a few groceries on Friday, and I went ahead and picked them up. So I said, okay, well, here's your flowers. And she has a very specific types of flowers she usually likes, like daisies are her favorite, and other cone flowers and stuff like that. So I got her a nice bouquet in the colors that she liked. And then the 2 bags of, I'm just going to say random stuff that the kids made at school. And one was she had a baggie, like a sandwich baggie full of kind of, I don't know, 2nd grade trail mix kind of stuff. So it was a lot of pretzels, but covered in with sprinkles or glaze on it, or just and I'm like, you guys made this at school, didn't you? And they're like, yeah. And so the popcorn in there and peanuts and just not peanuts, but popcorn and pretzels and little hard candies all in a baggie together. And it was like, wow,
that seems like what something a mom would eat.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. And the kids helped her.
I didn't realize, I guess moms are part of fairies, I guess. Is that
they are? That's gotta be, it's the magic. Involved in being a mom. Yeah. Okay. So, but then they made they did make a couple of little stories, why, what do you like about mom and what does mom do for you? And, what do you appreciate the most about what mom does? And, we did pretty good on that. Marnie came out looking like a stellar mother.
There you go.
They were all about, we love when you're so nice to us and you're such a good cook. And it was funny, you're such a good cook, but only for bacon. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, mom makes really good bacon. I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you because I'm sure she can, but I don't think that's her go-to meal, man. I mean, she's got way more talents than that.
Can we mark on the calendar what the last time was she made bacon? When was that?
It's just, and it's bacon too. So it's kind of something that, we're going to make it, but I mean,
you throw it in the oven and it's done.
Yeah. It's bacon, man. It's just, And I've done it on the, I fired up the Blackstone a couple of times this week, and I did a pound of. Have you ever had bacon corn?
What?
Yeah, right. Okay. So I was looking at Blackstone sends me, I'm on their newsletter list. They don't send me these. They send out a newsletter and I happen to be
they
on the
can
list.
send me a Blackstone. I'll take one.
Send me just the newsletter. You just get an email for free. But they had one of their guys that actually goes around showing off the Blackstone at, I guess grill events or something like that. And he said, so I'm going to make bacon corn, and it may be bacon fried corn. I don't know exactly, but basically you chop bacon up into tiny pieces.
Okay.
You throw it on the griddle and let it get all, where you want it cooked to get it cooked. And then you put frozen corn and this tequila lime seasoning and a little bit of salt and pepper.
Okay.
And and then the corn, because it's frozen, of course, it won't burn. So your grill's up pretty hot and it'll get on the bacon and then it cooks.
Hmm.
And this guy
Interesting.
serves it. He's got like a little cup and he's got layers of the bacon fried corn and then this homemade crema that he made
Ooh.
at, just right on. And then another, layer. And it was like a lasagna almost. And then on the top, and I didn't do this, but I bought them just in case I wanted to try it, but jalapeno Cheetos, right?
Oh,
So
wow.
Cheeto
Okay.
poof, like a cheesy poof,
Yeah.
but jalapeno.
Mhm.
And he, crushes them down and sprinkles it on top of it and serves it. And people go crazy. I mean, it was just
Interesting.
amazing. Yeah. And I loved it. Marnie, don't hold this against her because I can't. She doesn't like corn.
Okay. Huh.
She likes popcorn sometimes, but maybe she likes popcorn all the time. I don't know, but she doesn't like to eat corn. I'm like, okay, you weirdo. Shouldn't eat corn. Shouldn't eat peas. I don't know.
I know
Man.
people that don't. I know
I
people that don't like to eat corn, but it's typically because they don't like to see it later.
Maybe, yeah. No, don't want to get it stuck in your teeth like from the cob. I get that. Yeah, but no, she was just like, and I feel like things like this you should discuss before you get married. And I want to tell that anybody out there that happens to hear this and thinking about getting married.
Yeah, that's a
You
very
need to
unique.
throw that
question.
out there.
That is a very unique dating question. Do you like
What-
corn?
Yeah, what absolutely normal things do you not like?
Yeah.
And what weird things do you? Because Marnie has, first of all, she has chronically low blood pressure, right?
Okay.
Which is cool for the kids. So hopefully with her and me, they'll even out and they won't have either one. But she loves salt. She just loves the taste of salt. Like when I mentioned popcorn, she has to salt it. And I'm like, no, I just want popped corn, man. I don't. And so we'll get like
you
separate.
mean like extra salt? You mean put extra salt? Oh, wow.
Yeah, she gets a little cup of salt, right?
Okay.
So she eats peanut shells,
What?
right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're very salty.
Hmm.
And okay, I mean, we were cracking peanuts and she's like, nom, nom, nom. I'm like, what did you just do, woman?
Is that
I
like
love
someone who
you,
just like
but-
eats like the whole banana, including the peel? Is that
Right.
It seems like that sort of deal. Okay.
She's like, what do you do? She's like, well, this is just, I love the salt. They're very salty. And I'm like, yeah. And like cardboard fiber in your teeth. What are you doing? And she's like, I just how I eat them. And I'm in love with her. So I'm just like, well,
Wait, when did you discover this though? When was that?
Oh,
discovered?
we've been married like, I was back 9 years at least.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, because we didn't really eat peanuts in the shell.
Yeah.
We just didn't. I mean, we don't have peanuts in the shell in the house even. But I went and got some boiled peanuts.
Mm.
And I'd stopped after the farmer's market, the guy that came to the farmer's market actually. And so hey, if you let me get a bag, and okay, so I take them, drive home, and Marnie's eating them and the shells too. And I'm like, what are you doing, you nasty person? Why would you do that? And she's like, I don't really like them. I don't like boiled peanuts, but I would love to have, if we could just get some dry, regular peanuts. And I'm like, are you going to eat the shell? She said, well, yeah. I'm like,
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this something your family does? And she said, no. I think maybe only one other member of her family might do it on occasion. And I'm like, you should never do this. It's
That's
like
a lot
eating
of-
an orange peel.
It's like a lot of extra
Mm.
fiber right there.
Yeah. And
I mean,
just
that's like
that.
eating like a kiwi, like an apple.
Right,
To me, like
right.
that's what I'm picturing in my head. I'm like,
Right. Or just gnawing on a raw coconut. You're just getting all that fiber and hair and crap from the peanut. Yeah, I don't know, man.
that's interesting.
I don't know. But
Okay.
but nonetheless, although she eats weird stuff, bacon fried corn is fantastic.
It sounds delicious.
I really liked it. And like Marnie wouldn't eat it. She tried it. She had, she tried a little bit, but she said, yeah, it's still corn. I don't really. And Marcus he has the sensory issues anyway, so he won't eat corn. He likes the taste, but he just won't eat it because the way
that
it feels.
in a taco though.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I did.
with
'Cause-
like some with like some pork or chicken or something.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Because I
That
made
sounds
chicken fajitas.
amazing.
I made chicken fajitas on the Blackstone. So the full, like a big old, like 3 or 4 onions sliced up and 3 or 4 peppers, a couple jalapenos, cooked
Mhm.
all it up, cooked the chicken up with that same, I marinated overnight in like teriyaki and Worcestershire and a little bit of garlic, right?
Wash
and
it
then-
all down with a margarita.
Yes, we didn't have anything to make margaritas, but I did I had this is where my life is now because I'm an old man. I had a a lime seltzer water from,
Oh, hey.
yeah, I'm like, that's
you
nasty,
go.
but hey, it's limey. It's got a lime sensation. But it was great food, and kids love the fajitas. I mean, and of course you can just being there and smelling it. And of course they helped me cook and all that. By the time we got the food on the table, they were gone. But, they didn't really love the bacon fried corn, but it was good on that burrito or that fajita, I guess.
I pointed the Blackstone griddle out to my wife when we were at Walmart a couple of days ago. And I was like, oh, this would be nice to have instead of the grill that I have. Like, it would make it so much easier to clean. And she was like, do you see the price of one of those? I'm like, yeah, I do see the price of one of those. Like, that's the killer for me. I'm like, that's not in the budget right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was a move-in present for me, basically.
Nice.
That was okay. All this other stuff that we're doing, taking some of that money, taking a slice off that pie of selling the house, and you're going to get a Blackstone. Because I've wanted one for years. I remember, I heard it on a podcast, Stay at Home Dad podcast, and I can't remember which one it was, but they're not doing it anymore. But so they talked about it because they have one of the little, I think it's a 24-inch or an 18.
There's a smaller one. Like my brother has one that that's what my brother has one like that, and he takes camping, just puts it on the picnic table and starts grilling up breakfast, and you're just like, what you eating there, man?
Right. It was crazy, and they talked about it all the time. They loved it. I'm like, that's what I want, because I remember the cooking that I made, because we didn't have a grill, growing up. I don't have like memories of my dad teaching me how to grill or anything like that. It just never happened, right? Yeah, right. So you want to grill because you had that. But what I did is one of my first like real jobs, like with a company or whatever, was at Wendy's and cooking on their flat top, right? Just making burgers. And I loved that. I love that entire experience. And so now being able to do it at home, it's fantastic. And like you said, it cleans up really well. It's way easier than a grill, in my opinion, to clean.
Oh yeah.
And you can cook, almost anything on it. That's impressive.
Awesome.
I loved it.
You're talking about not having any kind of memory of your dad doing that. Like my dad, like every Sunday would be out grilling, even if it was snowing. He'll still pull the grill out and cook. Yeah. The majority of the time, like my dad's one of those guys that always wears shorts, no matter what time of year it is. And so that. He lives in northern Indiana. It still gets pretty chilly up there, and it's very rare to not see him in shorts cooking on like a Sunday. And he fills the whole grill with like pork chops and slathers them with barbecue sauce and all this kind of stuff. And what's funny is that I grew up at first with just like the I think it's called open pit, or not open, something like that. It's like just like this bright red barbecue sauce. I don't even know what it is exactly. It's very vinegary, but it's pretty good stuff. And then he finally got into using like a Sweet Baby Ray's, so it's got a lot more just kick to it and a lot more flavor, honestly.
That's my jam.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Sweet Baby Ray's. And so so he, like, anytime we're over there, if it's a Sunday, more than likely he's cooking up something on the grill. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So and you can do so much food.
Oh yeah.
Like at one time's like, who like we were cooking and like the neighbors' kids were over playing. You guys want to stay for dinner? I won't even notice because they didn't. they did go home, but I'm like, no, we have enough fajitas for 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah, because we have the whole griddle to work with.
Yeah. Well, and so speaking of grilling and things, like that's one of the things that I'm starting to work on now, because Mother's Day is over with and it's a month away, is Father's Day stuff, and basically getting things planned for Father's Eve. And typically it's usually a backyard barbecue, like, cook off or grill, just grilling in my backyard basically. And the guys, like, they all just bring their own stuff and throw it on the grill and cook it. So it's funny, like there'll be like 4 or 5 different things like on the grill at one time. Guys are up there like checking them, from time to time, back down, drinking a beer, talking or whatever. And this year we'll have to bring grills to the location. We're gonna have it at a firehouse that's no longer a firehouse in use, and it's gonna be fun. But we'll have a couple grills there for guys to cook up on and just hang out and whatnot. So, and that's what I love about Father's Eve. Like, it's super laid back like that.
Yeah, and you can just do whatever. I know some guys, like, they plan things and they go do whatever they're gonna do, but also just sit around and drink a beer or whatever and solve the world's problems, man. I mean, that's what you're going to do. Just hang out with a bunch of other dads and just talk, and
Definitely
talk about what we're grilling and how we're grilling, because there's a lot of debate there, of course.
Well, hey, with
propane, charcoal, whatever.
with you living closer to other people, you think you'll put the grill out and maybe invite some neighbors over and do a little Father's
It's
Eve?
possible.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what the dads in like Milwaukee and Madison and the Twin Cities are doing, if they're doing something.
Sure.
Because they've had events in the past and I've had to miss them.
Yeah. I mean, you could go to the big one at John's there in the Twin Cities.
I'm thinking I might.
That would
I'm gonna have to clear it with Marnie and all, but
that'd be the one I'd go to if I was up there.
Right? Go to the original, the man himself. But to me, I don't get intimidated easy, but that's kind of intimidating. I mean, that's a bit of, are you really going to step out to Mr. John Francis?
Yeah, but that guy would love to see you there. He treats you like,
and he's great.
He treats you like king.
He's such a nice guy.
He's a great guy.
I mean, he just, I can't say enough about all the good that he's done for the network, especially.
I want to try to get him on here in the next couple of weeks so that he can talk a little more about what's going on with Father's Eve, because he's definitely been working hard this past year. He's had to come through a lot too, man. I mean, that an in-person event and 2 years of not being able to really do it in person, it's been kind of tough, and he's been rolling with the punches. So it'd be kind of cool to get him in here and just hear what they have planned for this year, because I know they're throwing a bunch of different things around, and definitely I think they're up to like 20 or 25 locations for this year. So they're doing well on it.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So I'll reach out to John. That's an easy phone call.
Yeah. And like you said, he's always so good to talk to. Yeah. He's always just willing to help. And I can't imagine a nicer person that's trying to do this type of thing for dads for Father's Eve.
Definitely.
He just is the perfect, like picture perfect example of a dad's just there to help you.
Yeah. He's definitely like in it to just make friends and just, be a great platform for fatherhood in general. So so I'll work on that. I imagine that won't be too hard. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so that's the other thing that I've been doing. But it's warming up here, and oh my goodness, it was like 85 degrees today.
Nice.
It's so warm.
Yeah, it's 82 right now here. I love it because we went from we had snow on the ground. We had frost last week, 32 degrees.
Yeah.
And I went, well, I'm sure glad we didn't put the plants out, because that's what we were going to do. And we looked at the weather, but today we've got a tornado watch. I'm like,
yeah, you guys
I love
have been
this
getting
place,
all that
man.
gross,
I love this place. Not that I like tornadoes. I don't mean, like if a tornado ever hears this, I love you, man. Please don't blow up my house. But it's just really cool because you go from such extremes.
Yeah.
We didn't have really a spring here, and everybody said that normally you do, and it was cold this year and yada yada. But I'm like, yeah, it was freezing, literally below freezing last week, and now we've got a tornado watch. This is amazing. My kids don't know what to do.
The weather systems are very weird right now. So
yeah,
it's just an odd time, because like you were saying, like it really wasn't a spring. It's like an immediate jump into summer temperatures. So
yep. And so we're looking at grilling, we've talked about, and then lawns.
Yeah.
So are did you sell your zero turn?
I did. I sold my zero turn because and so once we get our tax return and stuff, Corey told me I can start shopping around for a new lawnmower. Right now, though, like I almost don't need one, because my neighbor next door, she has one that they left for her, and it's like super nice. It's got the rear propulsion on it, and so we just kind of share it. So she'll mow her yard, and then I mow, and it's like almost like I don't really need a mower. I do need a weed trimmer, so I might look into that instead. But yeah, I like mowing the yard.
You need to mow that lady's yard, man. You're using her.
She doesn't. No, she likes to mow her own yard, man.
Yeah, I get that.
She's she is she's a younger lady, her first house and everything, and so she takes a lot of. Yeah. I think sometimes too she feels like I'm like making fun of her for things, and I'm like just trying to help her learn stuff, because that lawnmower of hers, it seems like she has so much problem sometimes like figuring it out and getting it going and whatnot. But at the same time, she's very generous about, yeah, you can use it. Like, not a problem.
You're not mansplaining, are you?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
You can just see when
she's checking, man.
No, it's more like when you can see she's like struggling to like figure out, like there was one time she turned it on and she had the propulsion pushed so far forward. She was literally running with the mower and she couldn't figure out why. And I was like, let go of the bars. And like she did, and it stopped. And I'm like, you need to, adjust your speed on this. She's like, I don't know how to do that. She's like, I didn't think it was supposed to run that fast. And like, no, it's not. And, just showing her different things on it. And it really just comes down to, a lot of it comes down to the fact that she just isn't used to it. So she's she's gotten way better at figuring it all out. But yeah, it's all good.
And it's not really that difficult. It's just never having done it. From what I run into, like my lawn or like the riding mower too, we got a riding mower and it's just completely different from my tractor.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to see her get hurt either too. That's their reason why I talk to her. So
yeah,
I'd hate to see that happen. And there's been a couple of different times where I'm like, some of the couple of things she's done before with it, because she'll hold on to it and like try to turn it. And it's like Tokyo drift. Like,
right.
I'm like, whoa, like you just have to let go of this one bar and you can turn it without it actually moving. And she was like, oh, I didn't even know it did that. I'm like, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's once you figure it out.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy. So I'm glad that she's picking it up, especially first time homeowner.
Oh yeah.
I love it. You need to learn that stuff and get in there and get your hands dirty, house maintenance, all that stuff.
Yep. So she's figuring it out. So she's doing good. But yeah, I mean, the lawn here, things are going pretty good with it. I'm actually having the guys who did the waterproofing coming back this week. They are going to take a look at some different areas, because like they put a tarp down and all their stuff and it like killed the grass in like one spot, and it's slightly coming back, but I'd like to see actual like grass growing there instead of like whatever the crap is coming up through there that isn't grass. So just stuff like that. So just trying to make things look better. The other thing I'm really excited about, so like garden wise, so I bought like 5 little strawberry plants at like Kroger a couple of years ago. And, you plant those, they really don't do anything the first year or whatever. Last year, like I had quite a few more, and I actually got a ton. Like I think I got like 4 gallons of strawberries.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. This year, I've got an even bigger patch of strawberries. Like there's a ton, like the whole thing looks just like white flowers. It's insane. And I'm probably going to get a ton of those. And then my brother, was one of the guys from church. He gave us a bunch of red raspberry stalks a while back, and they really haven't done anything. But my dad gave me a whole bunch of black raspberry stalks from up back home, and I put those in the garden, and those things are blowing up right now. I'm like, man, by July, like I'm expecting to see a nice harvest of red and black raspberries in there. So
cool.
Yeah,
nice.
So
I'm jealous. I think we've got some raspberries that were there already, and that's about all we'll probably grow this year if they come back, which they should. But I'm looking at putting in a raised bed just for garden stuff, just peppers and tomatoes, if nothing else. That's just the basics. I'm going to put in a hugelkultur bed.
What is that? Is that the one where you dig down and you drop like twigs and stuff in? And
and logs and rotten wood and stuff like that. Yeah,
David McMillan's done that. Yeah,
up. I'm not going to dig down. I'm going to go. Of course, David McMillan has done that because he's the dude, man. You got to get him on the show and just let him run. Just let him just go and talk about stuff, man.
He would definitely, because he's got like 3 or 4 of those actually in his backyard with like center blocks. They're raised up high enough like you can actually just walk over and like sit on them like they're a bench.
Yeah.
So
that's what I want. I want it to be about maybe 3.5, 4 feet high, and it's just easy because I don't want to. I never really enjoyed bending over to do whatever, to pull weeds or to plant or harvest any of it. And if I could get it where I just have to lean down a little, that'd be great. So I still have to see where I'm going to put it and what I can grow, and it's just a completely different environment.
Hey, reach out to David, man. I'll get you his number. You can call him because he give you all kinds of ideas.
From Wisconsin.
He can still give you some ideas.
I'm going to try. I'm also going to call the extension service too. But you know what I'm maybe doing, and I don't know if this is going to fly here, but do you know what no mow May is?
I do. I'm not a big, I mean, I get what it is, but oh my gosh, like if I did that, I would need a bushwhacker to like, it would be awful.
So, but no mow May is basically to help the bee population, bees and butterflies and things like that.
Sure.
To give them more food, to keep them healthier, let them get more places to live. And I love that idea because I don't think we can have a beehive. I know we can, but I just don't know what to do when it gets cold because you can't put a heater on them, right? Because if they think it's warm, if it's warm inside, they think it's warm, they'll fly outside and they die. So they just make a ball inside the hive body and they just stay there all winter. And in Georgia, they didn't really have to do it more like a day or two, but here it gets really cold.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you move them, if you put them inside or what, but I really would like to have some honeybees again, but I don't know. Again, it's learning a whole new state,
there's got to be some, some beekeepers up there that probably can tell you that.
Well, I was driving and just went past, and there's a like no trespassing sign, this big place of woods, big acreage and all that. But about maybe 100 feet in is a beehive.
Yeah.
Is a hive body with a couple of supers on it, and I'm like, what? Because I know it can happen.
Yeah.
But just seeing it and they're like, what do we do? But it, they took it down in winter. So I don't know where they did with it or if they kept it, but I'm thinking maybe a temperature controlled place. It's still cold, so they'll stay bunched up, but I don't know. So that's something else I got to learn, which I love, honestly, because I get to learn so much stuff.
Yeah.
And that to me, I feel continuing to learn keeps you young.
Yeah. But that's why we plant so many flowers around here. And we have a lot of flowers that came with the house. And we have like one whole wall of like fence line that's rows of Sharon that blows up in the summertime. And it's very, very, very mature growth. We're talking like probably close to 10 feet high almost.
Wow.
So those things blow up, and then we get tons of hummingbirds and butterflies and bees like just flying around. Like actually we saw our first hummingbird today.
Nice.
Corey saw it earlier today. And then actually while we were sitting here, when we started recording, I looked out the window and it was right here hovering outside of the window. So that was really cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
So we've got like a hummingbird feeder actually right here outside of the office window. So Corey can sit in her desk and see it. And then we've got a couple others spread out in the front part of the house. So yeah, it's always neat to see those. One of the things that actually I've seen with a hummingbird feeder that I brought this up to one of the people at the Green Acres that we went to with the field trip was I asked them, I said, have you ever seen or heard of a woodpecker drinking out of a hummingbird feeder before? And they were like, no, I've never seen anything like that. I was like, I have photographic evidence of such a thing. Like last year, like
that's crazy.
Sitting there hanging upside down, drinking right out of the hummingbird feeder. It was pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe if it was did you have like sugar water in there? For the water, maybe?
I don't know.
So weird.
It was very odd, but yeah, I mean, and it wasn't just a one-time occurrence. Like this specific woodpecker is a smaller woodpecker. It's not like one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that woodpecker came back quite a bit during the summer and would have its fill while it was there.
Gets used to that sugar water and get you on a rush, just gotta go back, get my sugar, man.
I need my fix.
That's right. I need my fix. Tired of eating bugs, rotten logs.
Yeah. So yeah, it's lots of that. We actually got to see butterflies this week because Hezekiah's last field trip was to the Crohn's Conservatory here in town, and they have a big butterfly show that they do every year. And this year's butterflies are from Egypt. And so a bunch of Egyptian butterflies are really pretty.
That is cool.
Yeah. If you go on my Instagram, you can see some of the ones that they were there, but you like walk in and they'll land on you. They give you like little paper flowers, and sometimes they'll land on those, or you can like bring them up close when they're like on a leaf or whatever, and they'll walk onto it and stuff. But the kids were having a blast with it.
So what is your Instagram, Brock?
Oh, my Instagram is,
or listeners who might be listening.
My Instagram is the Nomad Dad. So yeah, I'll put it in the show notes so people can find it. But yeah, that's
hunt you down.
Yeah, hunt me down.
I don't use IG nearly enough. I really need to step that up, but I just, it's been a year.
It's my break away from Facebook and all the craziness that happens there. So yeah.
A little bit of IG, a little bit of TikTok. Get your face out there, get your voice out there.
Yeah, have some fun with it. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all that's going on. So getting ready to come up to the end of the school year, which is literally only like, maybe it's like, see, we got the rest of this week, all of next week, and half of the week after that, we're done. So May 25th, we're done with school. So it's going to be, it's coming up quick. It's crazy. But the kids are excited because they're ready to go camping and just have time playing around and all that fun stuff. They want me to put the pool up, which I need. I need to level the ground where the pool was at last year, so that way it's doesn't lean so much to one side. But get that all taken care of. And you find all kinds of pool pictures when we're on Instagram.
I hear somebody tapping.
Oh,
sounds like it's on your end.
It's not on my end.
Bong, bong, bong.
No.
What if it's a child? Go away.
Love it. Oh my goodness.
It's not one of my kids. Maybe I don't know what I was hearing, but anyway. So yeah, well, cool.
But anyway,
I'm ready for summer.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Sweet. Well,
that's it for me.
Sounds good. Well, next week, hopefully, if I can get John Francis on, we'll have him on because that would be cool to talk with him.
Yeah, so it would.
We'll see what happens there. It's always fun to talk to him. But other than that, everybody else have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.